everybody, we are in New Zealand during winter time. Hello Francis, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you tell us where we are?
We're at Flea Bay, Banks Peninsula, the South Island of New Zealand.
This is your place and I would like to know more about your fabulous story.
Yes, I was born in Kororā. When I left school, I went shearing. We borrowed all the money to buy this farm because we wanted to be farmers.
And what kind of farmers are you?
Sheep and cattle.
I heard that you have special sheep here.
My wife has some Ponce sheep, fillet black-nosed sheep. They're from Switzerland. And we have some baby doll sheep, which are very short sheep.
And so when you arrived in that place, you were really young, you were 20.
20, yeah.
And you had that dream to build your farm and to have some sheep, but it was more than that.
Oh, a little bit more than that, because we have the largest little penguin colony in Australasia.
Yeah, but can you explain the first night when you discovered that you had penguins?
Yeah, so I knew there were penguins around, you know, Banks Peninsula, little penguins. And when I was a child in Kororā, all you could hear at night was penguins. There were lots of them. But we started to lose all our penguins because of introduced European predators. In other words, feral cats, ferrets and stoats and dogs and man's interference. So there weren't any left in Kororā, but when I came here the first night, it was really noisy. All I heard at night was penguins.
Did you expect to hear them?
No, no, which was a pleasant surprise. It was neat. I like penguins, I have since I was a child. But unfortunately, the same thing started to happen here that happened on the rest of Banks Peninsula. Introduced predators were killing them. And we thought, well, we'd better do something about this and try and stop it. And no government agency was interested in helping or doing the job. They weren't interested, they didn't know what they were doing. So my neighbour and Shireen and I started trapping predators. We learnt from friends and, you know, just learnt as we go, traded knowledge between those of us doing trapping and those of us doing penguin conservation work. And now after 30 years, we've got a system that works. The numbers here in the first 10 to 12 years of trapping introduced predators here in this bay, the number of penguins doubled. Went from 700 pair to 1,300 pair of penguins in this bay. So it's the largest mainland colony left in Australasia.
So now people come from all around the world to see you.
Yes. So Shireen started penguin tours. We run a guided tours every night when the penguins are here, and it's done quite strictly.
What's the future for them?
We're now dealing with climate change. And the effect of climate change has on sea surface temperature in the water, which again affects the food that little penguins live on. So if the sea surface temperature goes up too quickly after the winter, the fish will go deeper. They can't survive in warm surface water. Little penguins don't dive very deep, unlike big penguins. So they can't get at the food.
Do you already think about how you can do to help them?
Yep. Half this farm, 250 hectares of this farm, is in native forest. We have reduced the number of sheep and cattle on this farm by 50%. In doing so, we've reduced the methane output of this farm by 30%. What we've done is we get more young animals, the sheep have more lambs. A friend of mine who's a senior atmospheric scientist, he said to me one day, Francis, do you realise that you're actually contributing to global cooling? We're contributing to controlling of greenhouse gases.
So this is a marine reserve here.
Anything that grows, marine life that grows in this bay is protected. You cannot touch it. You cannot remove it. It is totally protected.
And it's thanks to you.
Sort of. I'm just the talking head now. All the young people in the family do it, plus all their friends and students and children from the school.
So it's first a family thing.
First a family thing, now it's a community thing.
But we can adopt a penguin.
Yeah, you can add up how many penguins are here. When Shireen and I started, my wife Shireen and I started, we did it ourselves and we did it out of our own back pocket. Now, because we have tourism, we can afford to pay for it. And we get donations. Yeah, well, it was very helpful because we have a trust fund. Yeah.
And what's your dream for that place?
Just to keep going like it is. I can't tell the next generation how they're going to manage this. It's in a trust, and it's, young people will be the beneficiaries of the trust. Trust goes for 80 years, so they can decide. I don't want to worry about it. All the important things in this bay, all the important bush, the streams, the penguin habitat, all the archaeological sites, all the historic sites are all already formally protected in perpetuity forever.
Thank you, Francis.
You're welcome.